we will proceed as usual. If you agree, if you don't have any objection with this proposed amendment, nothing is required from you. If you have a suggestion of a better idea to be included in the ballot, then let us know, please.
And there's a question, have you checked for legal implications?
Do you have any, can you be more specific, Alain Nonga? What do you mean by legal implications? Do you have any specific, because it is really broad?
Can you give him the chance to speak? Maybe he has something he wants to share.
Yes, please. So Alain Nonga, 1 second. All right, Alain, go ahead, please.
Okay, so my concern is that normally this is a US non-profit, right? And it's supposed to serve members living in the US. So if we extend it, have we at least checked with our attorney that it's not going to impact the non-profit status of Cosnet? The second question concern I have, because I asked it before, it was not addressed. Cosnet benefit to members and the 501c requirement, if my understanding is correct, is that the non-profit should not benefit directly to members. So have we checked with an attorney on that one, that what we are doing is comply with the 501c requirement?
Okay, thank you, Alain, for your question. And I think that's one of the reasons why in the budget, there was a section for attorney's fees, because as we are growing, we need to make sure that we have some legal experts to check and make sure that we are not liable, or we don't hold too much liabilities what we do. So thank you for the questions. Now, unless you have any legal expert here who wants to address that, I don't know if anyone has the question. Okay. So any better idea so that we can include in the ballot? We have Bryce saying that, well, if a member goes for 11 months and come back to a week in the USA based on what the usual said, he or she actually didn't spend a year out of USA, which is true. But what if they don't come back? How about those who have moved to another country, say Europe, Africa, Asia, and have remained compliant with the association? There are following amendment that will address this, please. There are following amendment. The remaining amendment will address that. And Luke, so he can still be member. Then can we defer the vote until legal issues are addressed? So right now we have members that are directly impacted by this right now, and they are in good standing. If something happens, that will not be a good publicity for us. Yama Kodajo, who wants to talk? One second. Hello, Marco.
Yes, thank you. What I want to talk is mostly to ask myself a question: why Mexico? Why not Argentina? Why not just say South America? Is there any motive of selecting just Mexico? Because we may have a Cameroonian here who is a soccer player. I just make up the story, and he got an opportunity to maybe Brazil,
Mhm.
So I suggest we should put South America and know that if we have a regular member who moved there, maybe for work, maybe for residence, something, they can still be covered as well as they are regular member. Now, I would like just to send some idea about talking about the benefit as well as 501c is concerned. In fact, what we are giving to people is not a direct benefit to the member. Is for the family to take care of that member. That member doesn't receive anything. So we cannot say we are giving something to a member. That's it.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Marco. So before you go, Marco, do you want that to be included as an option to say North America and South America to the ballot? You can unmute and.
Hello.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Of course. I would suggest to change, to modify Mexico and put South America.
Wow.
Okay.
Mexico is
Mexico
North
is already.
America.
Yeah.
Mexico is already included. We have right now the current amendment is USA is to add Canada and Mexico. Now you want another option to add South America. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
IT team, please take note.
Yeah, we're free. Yes, before we jump into that, can I say something?
Yes, please.
Yeah, I think
Volume.
we're looking at this amendment.
Volume.
We're trying to look at North America and then South America and the other countries like Europe and so on are included in the next amendment that we'll get to. So we were just looking at North America where we are now, looking at one continent instead of working with two continents. And then very soon another person will ask, why not Europe? Let's add Europe there. Why not Africa? Let's add Africa there. So we're looking at the continent where we are situated now, giving them that
volume, please.
We're looking at the continent where we are situated, giving that amendment to them, and then the next amendment addresses the other continents.
Okay. So I'm going to give back the mic to Marco. Are you satisfied with that explanation? I want to remove that option, or we want us to keep that option? You can unmute, please.
Yes, I think when we say North America, it covers everything North. When we say South America, it covers everything South, because it's America, but it's just because it's split into South and North. No?
Okay.
Okay, I want to add something about it.
Okay.
Yes, I think North America, Mexico is part of North America. Even geographically or politically, is part of North America. And also moving from US to Canada or to Mexico does not require a special visa for those who are like a US citizen or a resident. That means you can easily move from here to one of those two countries to work. So that's the reason, I think that's the reason that is limited to North America.
Okay, thank you so much. Do you still want that option included in the ballot?
Let's take it out like that right now.
Okay, so we leave the amendment as proposed. Yes, no. Okay, thank you. So IT team. All right, everybody, let's go ahead. The vote is out. Yes and no. 42 people have voted so far. Please, let's vote. Forty-three people have voted so far. Please, let's vote. Let's vote. I think, okay. So we have 45 people who have voted. Those who agree with the amendment, they are 41, which is 91%. And 4 people are against the amendment, 9% of the population, which means that the amendment is hereby adopted. Now, going down, amendment number 2. Let me read it out to you. Are you guys sure that we didn't skip anything? Scroll up, please. Yes, okay. Amendment number 2. New. This is new verbiage. One second, please. 1 second. Somebody just asked, j'ai exclu 2 de mes membres qui vivaient au Mexique. Combien de temps doivent-ils attendre? Je ne comprends pas. Est-ce que tu peux... la question, c'est de 2 filles déléguées. Nouveau matricule, c'est 3 mois ou 6 mois.
C'est 3 mois.
C'est 3 mois.
Non, quand tu reviens, c'est 6 mois si tu étais déjà là. Donc, lui tombe dans ceux qui sont sortis et maintenant qui veulent revenir. Et c'est 6 mois pour avoir un nouveau matricule.
OK. Donc, ils ont été exclus à cause de cet article, du
non,
fait que...
c'est le délégué qui les a retirés.
C'est ce que j'ai dit, que dans le délégué, peut-être les avait exclus parce que ils n'étaient pas... C'était seulement les États-Unis. Mais ici, ils sont sortis en raison de leur déplacement pour le Mexique.
Donc, pour les cas comme ça, prochainement, c'est fixé avec cet amendement.
Maintenant, ils demandent qu'est-ce qu'on fait de ceux-là. Est-ce qu'ils rentrent simplement sans attendre 6 mois s'ils sont partis à cause de ça? Je crois que c'est une question pertinente.
Je ne pense pas qu'on va gérer les cas par cas.
I think, let me say something. Since we know the law is not retrospective, there's no way we can go back to apply what we have from now going forward to something that happened behind. We are now trying to address this situation so that it shouldn't happen in the future. So we cannot take it retrospective. It's not possible. But now he can bring back the person into the group, and then the person will just wait for 6 months following the law.
OK. All right. Le rétroactivité de la loi. Merci beaucoup. Maintenant, next amendment, number 2 for our internal rules and regulation. This is new. All members on work-related missions out of North America will be covered by Cosnet. So again, this is to ensure that, please, go back to amendment number 2. Okay. So this now, because right now, if you are, let's say, a diplomat or you go on a mission, you are maybe a U.S. military, you go on deployment for 3 years, something happens to you in Afghanistan or wherever, you have been more than the US for 1 year, you will not be covered, even though you have been faithful with Cosnet. So in order to resolve that, or maybe a businessman, let's say you have your own business, and then you decide to go maybe to Europe to develop your business there, or to go to Cameroon to develop your business there. If it is work related, you will still be covered. This is what the new amendment is aiming to solve. So with that being said, if you do not have any problem with this amendment, nothing is required of you. If you have a better idea, better suggestion to be included in the ballot, please let it be known.
Question, how do you verify that?
Very simple. If the deceased, because the only time verification happens is when there is death, right? So when somebody passes away, his family will make sure they send verifying document. If it is a US service member, it's easy to verify. A diplomat, easy to verify. Even a businessman, you have your own company. We can verify as long as the company is registered and legal here in the US, we will verify.
Mm-hmm.
Everything, it has to be on paper, black and white on paper.
Another one, business is worrisome. Why my whole parents in Cameroon wouldn't be considered in business trip?
Why my old parents in Cameroon wouldn't be considered in business trip? I do not understand.
That means it's difficult to verify whether you are a businessman or no.
I think maybe it's talking about like a dependent. Maybe I move on let's say I'm a diplomat. I'm sent to Cameroon or Germany. I move with my entire family.
No, I think here the person want to say that it's difficult to verify whether you were at a business trip or not. Diplomat, it can be easily verified. You are working for a service member, but if you're a businessman, it say that it's difficult to prove that is for business.
Okay. It's Alain Nonga, right?
Yeah.
He says he wants to talk.
Okay.
Let's see. Alain Nonga. Go ahead, Alan, please. 1 minute. We are running out of time.
Yes, so I know that we are running out of time. So I think you are just listing the easiest case. But what I'm saying is that the definition of business is very broad and is arbitrary unless you clarify exactly the condition to consider that this is a legitimate business expansion, and you need to clarify this condition. But generally saying businessmen or business is going to be difficult, because if I have my parent here, I can send them to Cameroon and say, okay, they were there for business. And it's going to be difficult to prove that I'm not telling the truth.
Okay. Okay, that's a good point. So that means we have to define what it means, right? Which business, which company qualifies, right? I think it's easy to verify. The company has to be legal in the US. And then the person has to be on payroll, something that we can easily verify, black and white.
So you need to add this condition.
That's the suggestion, yeah. And also, and the dependent, right? Because the person can move there with his kids and his whole family. And maybe his entire family are also registered at Cosnet. So if he can prove that he is the person was on a business trip, the company is registered, and that he was getting paid, is on the payroll, everything, then I think that should be enough, right? To cover him or any dependent.
Hello?
Yes.
Yeah, may I say something, Wilfried?
Thank you, Alan. Yes, DJ.
Get to everything.
Volume, please. DJ, volume.
Every single thing that we put here, we will just, if we agree on, we will put the list of documents to be required to qualify. It's a case by case. And that's the time to brainstorm for it. Here we are just agreeing of the principle. Then we move to the document needed to find out if what we put here is what we're looking for. That's how
No.
we qualify. So
Volume, DJ. Volume, please. Get the mic close to your mouth, please.
Very close to my mouth.
It's better now. We can hear you.
You can hear me now?
Yes.
I'm saying that every single amendment that we put here, like all members should do, even North America, is subject to a list of evidence that will be required, that will be defined to put each person under that category. I will do it now. If somebody died in Cameroon now, as we've been doing it, you go to the article and find out what are the required documents in Cosnet.
Okay, but
clearly defined there. We are just voting here on the principle, then the requirement to be qualified should be added to it.
okay.
That's what I'm saying. So let's move on. We still have a lot to do. If we enter to what should be put on now in the detail, it will take us forever.
Okay, I have here people saying, I think that this amendment should be put on hold. It has discrimination factors. And although you are begging for a lawsuit, you cannot work on a case-by-case basis. Case by case is arbitrary.
Okay. Yeah,
And
I think we need to.
There's a Victor who want to talk.
Victor, 1 second.
He's on the Galaxy S9.
Let me change his name. Victor, which association?
Galaxy.
Which association?
I think it's Galaxy S9.
Galaxy S9.
I am changing his name. I'm putting Victor and then association.
Galaxy.
Association name is Galaxy?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Wow. What a coincidence. Okay. All right. Victor, go ahead, please. You have to unmute yourself.
Yes. Thank you.
Welcome.
Yeah, I think that what I wanted to say has been cut a little bit shorter by the last two comments. Let us not attract unpleasant lawsuits to ourselves. What matters is where you register when you are buying an insurance or when you're getting into Cosnet. Your physical address, is it within the domain that Cosnet functions with? No matter where you move in the world, that should not be our problem. We are not controlling people's movement, and we're not going to give our executive work to be verifying how people are moving around the world. So I'm really begging that as we're putting this on hold, let us know that the time people voluntarily come and pay and they're members, they are members. If they die in Australia, we are not going to give $50,000 because they die in Australia. We just respect our rules. If they move and die in Zambia, they have died. Whether they were working there or they were not working there, this executive is not going to spend hundreds of thousands verifying exactly what people were doing. So legality and burden on the executive, let us make it lighter. By the time they were paying for 5, 6 years, nobody was verifying where they were living or where they were earning that money to pay. So I think we should take it easy. This is Victor, Sustainable Helping Hand, please.
Sustainable helping hand. Okay.
Sustainable Helping Hands. Victor Take.
Sustainable. So what is your suggestion, Victor? Your suggestion is that we remove the 1 year barrier?
I think he's talking about the amendment 2. That's the amendment 2, because we say war related. So for him, if you are a member and you pass away anywhere in the world, you deserve your 15,000 because you are contributing. I think that's what he meant.
That's what I'm saying. So he just wants to that
No.
1 year.
No, he wants that amendment to be dropped. That's all.
No, if it is dropped, that means we still have the 1 year limit applying, because
we are not yet there. We are talking, there's no limit about it. This amendment did not talk about limit.
Because this is an exception to that amendment, to the 1 year limit.
We might
Because
have to rework that 1 year amendment.
Say again?
You might have to rework that 1 year amendment then.
That's exactly why I'm asking him. Is that his question? That we, instead of this amendment, we just remove the 1 year, or we rework that 1 year? Because as of right now, if you are maybe, let's say, U.S. military, you are outside of U.S. for more than a year, something happens to you, you will not be covered. And this amendment is intended to cover those people who travel for work and have to stay there for more than a year.
Wilfred.
Yes.
I think that we can. We live in here in America, and we know that when we create most of the organization of the law, I think that we have
volume.
Hello. Yes.
Yes.
I think that we have to think about probably add exception about veteran or military, because even we are living here and we realize that in most law there is an exception for veteran. If we can include that, that is easy to verify. At least starting for veteran that usually work overseas and travel a lot, we can include that amendment, that exclusion, because we know that it's a government related and it's easy to verify for us for Cosnet. At least we can start with that.
Okay, so
remove business.
So that means we will change this amendment and say all members on a government work-related missions in any country, right? Government includes diplomat, includes the U.S. service members and all of that.
Yes.
They will be covered with their dependent.
Yes.
Are people who work for organizations who have nothing to do with government?
For me, let's just rethink that amendment, drop it for now. It's
we don't talk about dependents. Yeah.
It's absolutely very controversial. Why only those 3 categories?
Les membres de famille qui sont couverts sont ceux qui sont les membres de Cosnet aussi.
I think Elvis' option is to ensure that right now, at least those are easy to verify, while we take time to improve, to come up with better conditions to cover the maximum. And I agree with that.
It's true that it will be difficult to deal with this amendment, because when we say work, there are people who work for themselves, but who can be out of the country for years because they are working for themselves. So those people should be covered too. So that's something that will be difficult to deal with.
So I seriously think that for now, we can go with the government. It's easy to verify. And then by next year, we will come up with a better way to broaden, to cover everybody.
No, government will be discrimination. We need to think about everyone so we can drop and think better about it.
Let's put it out to vote and move on.
I think that we are not discriminating anybody. We try to figure out to make our the job easier, and also we live in America. We know that let's make like those people making this country. The veteran are always including a lot of law and a lot of organization. They have some exception, and we understand that right now. Let's start little bit by little bit. With the government people, and next year when we know we're working through the year, we're gonna figure out how to add business on whatever. But at least let's start, because I understand there is in Cosnet we have a lot of people that are military that can be sent overseas. And they are members. We don't have to just exclude them, because we cannot understand that this is war related and it's everywhere in America.
It's actually a federal law that when a service member is in deployment, whatever he was doing in any company, he should keep his benefit as if he was there. So yeah, I agree that we should amend to put to start with government or military for now, and then next year we complete, please. We have a lot of service members in Cosnet.
Okay.
And me included.
Yes,
When I'm right now in deployment. I'm not even home right now. So does anyone have any issue with that?
There's one person who wants to talk. It's Luc Bounia from Association Cameroonian something.
Okay.
Luc Bounia.
Hello, Luc. You can unmute.
Hello. Hello, Cosnet. Thank you for the opportunity, and thank you for serving the community. Can you hear me well?
Yes.
Okay. The point I wanted to make on that specific amendment is that we have, we are in Pacific Coast, Portland, Oregon, and also we have folks in Washington State. Sometimes when decisions are made in an organization like this, the weight tends to be much more toward people in the East Coast, because that's where we have the largest footprint. I used to live in the East Coast before, and then I moved back here. You have to understand that here activities are different. We have within our community people who do container business or other kind of businesses that require them to leave for 6 months, go in Cameroon, sell their stuff, and come back. And yet, while they are gone, they can stay there even longer. Not that they're willing, but because something happened and they have to stay longer. And in the meantime, they contribute to everything that is going on. They participate in the debate, they write, and they stay in touch with us. If we want to go with government only, well, we live in a country where at least, I don't remember the exact statistics, but I think we have something close to like 30% of businesses in the US that are informal. So someone who has a food truck does not register, will not be able to give you papers. Someone who does a container will not be able to give you papers. So let's be careful. Let's not discriminate, because the question is why people are joining Cosnet. They want it to be covered in case. Let's really cover everyone. That's my point. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Luc.
if I can respond to that, I think that regarding the people going Cameroon, we have a amendment where we say we given 1 year to everyone that go in Cameroon for whatever reason. If something happened to them within 1 year, they are covered.
Volume.
We thought about that at the beginning. That's why we thought about if people going back and forth and spend some time in Cameroon. If you there less than within 1 year, you are already entitled to receive any benefit.
Okay, so what he was saying is that we already have a law that anyone, anywhere within a year is covered already.
Okay, Marco Dajopomi. Want to say something?
Okay, Marco.
Yes, thank you. I fully agree with brother. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, I fully agree with what the brother said, because everything is a vision, it's an objective. Why people join Cosnet? We don't need to lose that in mind. Is very important. I understand that when you go, for example, to Cameroon, you are covered for 12 months, which is okay. But there are some cases that happen. For example, we have a case at Pomi, someone who went to the country, the time to come back, her issue happened. The person stayed for 12 months, more than 12 months, and couldn't be covered. We have all those cases. But if we can agree that someone can justify, if you have a business has proof, maybe proof of income of that business. If you go to sell something, it may be a business, someone who is selling container, something like that, import, export. In Cameroon, we just take that as an example. If the person can, if the family can prove the source of income that generate from the business has something to prove of it. We just need proof. Let us accept the article like this. Let us not change. We just need something proof. If this work, there's a salary something. If it is a business, personal business, there's an income from that business that can prove that it's a regular business. We just stick on that. Officers propose this having in mind the strategy, how they can verify. It's not us to say, oh no, it's too much for you. No. They will be able to manage that. I think we should keep like that. We shouldn't talk only government. We have non-profit. Non-profit is just like a government, but it's a non-profit. Someone, maybe military is covered. Someone, maybe child saver organization is not covered. Why do they contribute? They contribute because they want that if they pass away someplace, it will not be a burden for the family. Let's keep that in mind.
Okay. Thank you, Marco. And I think Marco is right. Let's keep everyone all work related, and then when there is any work, it's paper. You cannot have a business without a proof that you have a business. That means you didn't have a business. Seriously. That means you did not have a business. Now, somebody raised an issue that he can send his parent to Cameroon and then later say they were in business. No, they have to be with you. For example, if you go to work, you are moving with your family because of your business, and something happened to your child while you are in business related, then the child is covered. But not that you are here, your dependent is in Cameroon, and then you want him covered because you have a business. That would not work. So I agree with this amendment as is, just we add that also cover the dependent if that happens to the dependent while they are all on a business trip.
Hello?
Yes.
May I say something?
Yes, please.
Please, let's move cautiously. before last year, we didn't have all the provision. It was only 1 year for whoever traveled to Cameroon. We don't want to put things that will destroy Cosnet. Just for those dates that have been happening in Cameroon, we already have a lot to verify those dates before having people to put in money. Let's limit it for government people for now and give us time to brainstorm the other part of it, which is business. Then we will come back to make the amendment better. Just vote for the government now, please.
Okay. Should we put all these options to vote so we can move on?
Yeah, hello? Yeah,
Yes.
Wilfried, that is the provision I wanted to do, to make, that we can put two options. We leave it as is, and the other option is we ask is only government people, so people can vote on those two options.
Can you add dependents in both options as well?
As long you are registered in...
Yes, of course, yes.
In Cosnet.
Yes, and the dependent has to be with the person who traveled for business.
Okay.
Okay. So put the vote out, please. Somebody is asking for dependent. I think dependent here is your children or your parent, if they depend on you. Or your spouse. Yes, please mention dependent, children, spouse, parent. Jacques CFC Chicago. What about my nephew that lives with me? Your nephew is not your dependent.
What's happening by the...
Is the vote ready, please?
Go on, please. Okay, we are going to launch the vote.
Okay, somebody said add no for none of the option.
Okay.
Yeah, let's vote for everyone, not just member, not just government, everyone. I think it's simple.
Yeah, yes.
Not to discriminate.
It should be simple. Sure.
Yeah, let's make it simple. All right, the vote is ready.
Test.
30 people have voted so far, 31, 32. Please, let's vote, let's vote.
Okay.
35 people have voted so far. Less than 1 minute remaining, please. If you haven't voted, do so.
Okay. Mm.
20 seconds remaining. Please let your voice be heard. Two seconds. All right, so 38 people have voted. The amendment here is all members on work-related missions out of North America will be covered by Cosnet, including dependents. 27 people have said yes, which equates to 71%. 7 people have said yes to all members on government work-related only. Only 7% said yes, which is 18%. And 4 people said no to all propositions. That is 11%. With that being said, the amendment is hereby adopted with dependent. All right, let's move to next, please. Okay. Deceased outside of the United States, members with at least 10 years of uninterrupted membership are not bound by the 1-year limitation of sections 3.1C and 3.2D above. So basically, this is a way to reward those who are in Cosnet and they know to reward those who are in Cosnet without leaving. If you stay for 10 years without interruption with Cosnet, you will not be bound by that 1-year rule. And that is a way to say, to encourage those who, a way to retain people, right? I think Thierry from Kansas had a suggestion on ways to encourage people to stay. And this is another option to make sure that if you leave and come back later, that count will go down to 0. But when you stay at one point, you will not have any limitation. So if Thierry is still there and still wants his amendment to be included here as another option, he can say so. If somebody has a better idea, I see somebody, Alain Nonga, proposing to lower it to 5 years. Marco Dajo said, excellent to encourage retirement. So Marco wants to include, okay, Thierry says his amendment still stands. So
what is his amendment?
Can you retype your amendment, please? He said 1 year will be 20%, something like that. 2 years, 50%. And then after 2 years, you get full amount. Can you confirm, please?
Do we plan for that? I have a question for his amendment. Does that apply for new member or for all those who are already in?
This is everybody. This 10 years is everybody. So
no,
10 years.
It's about the Thierry's amendment. Thierry's amendment.
Oh, okay.
Because you need to elaborate that before we put it in a.
You say something. Can I say something, Shil? I think that kind of amendment we came across last year. I recall it, because the problem is when there's the contribution, we're not saying that you are here 3 months and you have to contribute 25%. You are here 1 year, you have to contribute 25% of the amount. And we came to the idea that just to drop it, and we vote to drop it because at the end it doesn't make sense. If I benefit 25% because I'm here just for 3 months and I contribute when there's somebody passed away, the full amount, that is a contradiction. We have to think about that. We had that issue, similar issue last year or the year before.
Okay. So with that explanation, so basically you are saying that it will be discriminating to pay somebody a portion of the full amount while that person is paying the full amount to others. Is that correct?
Yes, and I also want to add this. That are so many steps to be member, and now we want to have as much member as possible to lower what we are paying. First, you will be waiting for 3 months. After the 3 months, you will be having 25%. After that, you will be having 50%. I think that's too much to have. 3 months waiting period are enough because we do not plan for death, and we are not even here because we want to benefit from this money. Everyone wants to stay here forever.
May I add something, please?
Yes, please.
I think this type of proposition or whatever it is, those are really for new members. Those people who were here 2 or 3 years ago, they know what we went through. Because at some point, people were saying if somebody dies in Cameroon, we should only pay 50%. All that type of discussion, we already closed the door to those considerations. You are a member or you are not. That's what we said then. And now we're coming back here and see how we can, are those members going, if that's the case, every new member, you pay 25% until you get to where if you die, you'll be paid 50%. Then you start paying 50%. That would be fair. But is that what we want to do?
Okay. So does anyone wants to remove his proposition, his amendment?
You can put it up there to vote. Why don't you put it up there to vote?
Okay.
No, we will not just vote for amendment. We just have to elaborate the amendment before we vote for it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's my concern.
That's what we're doing. But I'm saying that at the end, let's just put it there up to vote.
No, we will not just put that to vote. I think people need to, if there are people who want to speak about it, let's give people the chance to speak about it.
Hello.
Yes.
May I say something?
Volume, please.
Yeah, please. Most of these amendments that are listed here that we are voting on are amendment that was sent earlier, long time before by the delegate.
Of
That
course.
allow us to put in paper.
You
and we
don't
have
come
put
to
in
the
place.
and say that
Each
we're
time
going to
that we
vote
have
for
to
this.
add amendment during the assembly, in General Assembly now, it's very complicated because we sent the email long time ago and on the website for everybody that have any idea to send it so that we can put it on the document for us just to read it and debate as you're doing, and just I put it there to vote. If each time we have to add more and add more, it's delaying a lot. So we can just consider it and then maybe for last General Assembly, next General Assembly, and work on it and put it like amendment like we just do like now.
Okay, thank you, DG.
Thank you.
I understand, I get your concern, but we already started accepting your amendment, right? So we just have to stay consistent. So let's put all the options, please, to the ballot, and then so we can vote. So we have the first option is to keep the amendment as it is right now. The second option, let me read that to you. The second option, wow, too much text here. Whoa. Are you guys typing? I'll be giving options soon.
The second option was 5 years.
So second option is to lower, it was 5 years instead of 10.
Yes.
And Thierry's option is 1 year, 25%.
No, we're not there anymore.
No, let's put it, it's his option.
No,
cancel it.
No, we cannot. We did it last time. We cannot come back. Yeah, the option that we think is good to put is just 10, 5. What people ask, what they see, what the number of years we can consider.
No, Elvis.
Yes, I am listening.
Yeah, this a delegate, we already started accepting amendment, right? So
Which
if
one did we accept it?
say again,
Which amendment did you accept
We're
it?
free.
yes.
Please allow us to move. It's not because somebody come here and suggest something. We didn't even think about all the side of it that we will put it there. If they vote for something and the bureau cannot proceed with it, what will you do? Please let's go with what was already addressed. We gave them the opportunity to send their amendment, and all of them are listed here. If we keep that 5 years is not even reasonable. We are already almost 5 years now in Cosnet. So if somebody have an amendment, we always publish 2 months, long time ago, that please send your amendment to the
DG,
So
I understand your
like
preoccupation.
that, we're going to put her in a situation that people vote and we cannot manage in the bureau. We can put it for next General Assembly. That's very hard for us if we go that way.
Let's
to something that we is going to end up to us.
I agree.
Wilfried.
Because think about
Yes.
the management of that.
I understand, but here's the thing. If an amendment is legal, we have no ground of refusing to put it on the ballot. So it's up to the people to say no, we do not want that amendment, and that will be by vote, please.
Wilfried.
Yes.
Can I speak?
30 seconds, please.
Ok. Il faut que nous, les délégués, que nous comprenions. Quand le bureau prend la peine de venir proposer des amendements, c'est en fonction de tout ce que nous avons rencontré au courant de l'année. Et nous réfléchissons beaucoup et on regarde tous les aspects parce que voter une loi, c'est une chose. Implémenter, c'est une autre. Donc, il faudrait que nous tenions compte de tout cela. Oui. Et quand nous insistons sur 10 ans, c'est parce qu'en 10 ans, tu deviens un membre fidèle à Cosnet et tu dois avoir un privilège que ceux qui viennent d'arriver ne peuvent pas avoir. 5 ans, c'est rien. Mettons 10 ans, il faut que nous apprenons à nous valoriser. Il faut que nous donnons la valeur, que quand quelqu'un arrive à Cosnet, qu'il se rend compte que ce qu'il a trouvé là ont ce qu'il lui n'en a pas. C'est surtout ça que nous recherchons. Parce qu'il y a des gens qui sont, depuis que nous existons depuis 2016, il y a les gens là qui sont entrés, sortis. Ils viennent aujourd'hui, ils ressortent demain. Ils viennent aujourd'hui, ils ressortent demain. Il faut que ces gens-là voient les conséquences d'entrer et sortir.
OK, merci Bertrand. Je suis d'accord avec ce que vous dites. On a fait une erreur, on a commencé à accepter de nouveaux amendements au milieu du vote sans rester avec les amendements qui étaient dans le programme. Mais comme nous avons déjà commencé à le faire, on ne peut pas refuser d'autres propositions à moins que la personne retire.
Je suis désolé de t'interrompre ici là. Si on a fait une erreur et que ça nous affecte, c'est même pas une raison pour laquelle on va continuer avec la même erreur. Si on se rattrape, il est encore temps. On a vu que il y a une règle normalement. On demande aux délégués d'envoyer leurs amendements à temps. On doit respecter ça parce que si on veut continuer comme ça, là, même demain, prochaine assemblée, les gens vont attendre le jour de l'assemblée pour venir faire des amendements. Donc, et ce dont tu veux ajouter là, la dernière fois, on a fait voter ça. Donc, pour moi, je ne vois même pas déjà la raison pour laquelle on doit faire voter quelque chose tout le temps. Non, on ne peut pas toujours revenir sur un amendement. Donc, pour ceci, votons sur retirer les 1 an sur 10 ans ou bien sur 5 ans. Encore là, ça passe. Ou bien on donne comme c'est sur 10 ans, on vote. Si c'est non, les gens ne voient pas.
Si on doit retirer un amendement, mieux on reste avec ce qui était là au début. Pas qu'on accepte certaines propositions maintenant et on refuse d'autres.
Si on dit non, on passe dessus. Si on dit oui, OK, on move on.
OK. So nous sommes d'accord que pas d'amendement supplémentaire going forward. Yes or no? Okay, please put up the amendment. Is it yes or no?
Est-ce que ces amendements ont été partagés avant l'Assemblée? Oui.
Oui.
Tout le monde a reçu ça par email. Ces amendements se trouvent même dans le forum des délégués.
Please put up the ballot without any new additional amendment. This doesn't talk about the 10 years.
This amendment is about what?
This is a different poll, please. Please stop it.
Il y en a qui votent seulement. Même moi, j'avais voté.
Amendment 3.
This is amendment 3.
Yeah.
Voter with at least 10 years.
It should be members with at least 10 years. The middle column. I think you took the wrong column. No, you put the wrong column, please.
Please give us some time because we have to edit everything here again.
Okay.
Okay, people can vote.
Okay.
Gracias.
39 people have voted. Please, let's vote. 41. A little bit over 1 minute remaining. Please vote. Okay, 42 people have voted. 36 said yes to the amendment. That represents 80%. And 6 people said no, a percentage of 14. With that being said, the amendment is hereby adopted. Let's move on to amendment number 4. Members with registration by June 2018 and with uninterrupted membership are not bound by the 1-year limitation of sections 3.1 C and 3.2 D above. So what does this amendment mean? It means that those who have been with Cosnet all the way through the difficult time that we went through last year, I think 2 years or 3 years ago, up until June 2018, those people, if they don't have any interruption in their matriculation ID, then they will not have to stay in the US every time for within a year to be covered, because they have already proven their loyalty to Cosnet. I think this is another incentive for people who have been here since 2000, all the way through 2018, June 2018. And they know that if they don't leave, they're still with Cosnet, then they will not be bound by the 1 year. Does anyone want to argue and give more argument for yes, or more argument for no? Because the vote now will be yes, no. So if anyone doesn't agree, please let us know and talk to argue why people should vote no.
I want to argue about it.
Okay.
Yes, I want to follow up with what you are saying by adding that I think those members by 2018, most of them at that time were following Cosnet, and they were I think there are 3 associations. That means they started with SAGI, they moved to SAGIC, and they finally moved to Cosnet. And me, I agree that that should be definitely enough to show your fidelity to Cosnet. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I saw Pascal Tafo said no. Pascal, do you want to, I assume that you are saying no to the amendment. Do you want to argue why people should not vote for this amendment? Okay, so anyone wants to speak to argue why we should not vote for the amendment? Okay, Pascal, let me give you the mic. 1 second. Allez, Pascal, go ahead, please.
Bonsoir à tous. Je suis Pascal de l'association pour la New York. J'aimerais contester en fait cet amendement parce que je me dis en fait l'idée première de la Cosnet était en fait de pouvoir, comme maman Henriette a dit, de pouvoir certainement contester la SAGI qui existait déjà. Or, nous sommes dans une vision ici où on a envie de recruter le plus de membres possible. Et je pense qu'il y a déjà un peu trop d'amendements qui essayent de vouloir faire une distinction entre ceux qui sont déjà membres de la Cosnet et ceux en fait qu'on aimerait à recruter. Donc, je pense en fait que ça ne devrait pas certainement être du genre... quelqu'un ne devrait pas avoir un privilège d'avoir été membre jusqu'en juin 2018 parce qu'il y a eu plusieurs conditions. Il y a certaines personnes certainement qui n'ont pas pu être membres, pas nécessairement parce qu'ils n'adhéraient pas à cela, mais parce qu'ils n'étaient pas informés. Donc, je pense qu'on a des amendements un peu plus hauts. On a des amendements un peu plus hauts qui privilégient déjà les membres de Cosnet qui sont là en fait depuis. Donc, nous ne sommes pas nécessairement obligés d'ajouter ceci également. Merci.
OK, merci beaucoup, Pascal. Nous allons passer au vote. Please put up the ballot.
Mais je n'ai pas vu autre chose que les privilégiés.
Test. Allô, Wilfried?
Oui, allô?
Oui, est-ce que tu peux me donner quelques minutes, s'il te plaît?
Quelques secondes, pas minutes.
OK, merci. Merci déjà d'avance. J'étais donc en train de dire que nous avons voté un amendement qui disait que tous ceux qui ont été à Cosnet pendant 10 ans, donc cet amendement a déjà été voté. Bon, maintenant, celui-ci vient juste pour donner une possibilité à certains qui étaient là avant, en attendant que les 10 ans arrivent. Pourquoi? Nous avons eu un cas de deuil dans une association qui s'appelle Nkoni Women de Maryland, ici. Cette maman avait adhéré à SAGI depuis la création. Et quand Cosnet est venu, elle a aussi adhéré à Cosnet. C'était en 2019 qu'elle a adhéré à Cosnet. Cette maman-là, quand elle est décédée au Cameroun, SAGI ne pouvait pas faire de contribution pour elle parce qu'elle est décédée au Cameroun. Et par contre, elle était à SAGI depuis 2010. Quand nous étions à la veille, l'association même a témoigné, ses enfants ont même témoigné là-bas. Ce qui fait que l'esprit ici, c'est quoi? C'est de pouvoir fidéliser. Parce qu'il faut comprendre une chose. Il y a beaucoup de gens qui vont nous joindre dans 2 ans, dans 3 ans. Mais il faut que nous sachions que ceux qui étaient là, sans eux, Cosnet n'aurait jamais existé. Sans ces gens-là, Cosnet n'aurait jamais existé. Et on essaie de travailler pour que même ceux qui vont nous joindre maintenant, quand ils vont atteindre les 10 ans sans interruption, ils vont bénéficier de cet avantage. C'est un peu ça. Parce que depuis que nous existons depuis 2016, j'ai dit tout à l'heure, il y a des associations, certains gens qui sont sortis revenus au moins 2 fois. C'est ça que nous voulons combattre. Voilà l'esprit qu'il y a derrière.
On t'a compris, Bertrand. Je crois que c'est assez pour le oui, assez d'arguments pour le oui.
Il faut préciser qu'il ne s'agit pas d'association, mais de membres.
Oui, ça, c'est les matricules, les membres individuels. Donc, on a eu assez d'arguments pour le oui et assez d'arguments pour le non. Le vote, s'il vous plaît. 3 minutes, s'il vous plaît.
On est en train de courir ici. Hein. C'est dur, hein? Comment tu sais? Comment j'avais fait en famille?
36 personnes ont voté. Votons, s'il vous plaît. On a à peu près 1 minute qui reste, 1 minute et 35 secondes.
Mmh.
40 personnes ont voté. 1 minute restant. « 40 secondes. « 41 personnes ont voté jusqu'ici. On a 20 secondes qui restent. « 5 secondes. Ouais, merci beaucoup. 42 personnes ont voté. Bon, il y a une personne qui a voté à la dernière seconde. Donc, 42 personnes ont voté. 74%, c'est-à-dire 31 personnes, ont dit oui à l'amendement. 26%, donc 11 personnes, ont dit non à l'amendement. Ainsi, l'amendement est adopté. On passe au prochain amendement. Ici, l'amendement dit ceci. Any message addressed to the Executive Bureau of Cosnet or concerning an association is strictly prohibited in Cosnet forums. Example, WhatsApp and other social media platform. If after 3 attempts over 7 days, the executive bureau still does not respond, the concerned person can contact the advisory board. Any offender falls under the scope of the article below. Any message of an offensive nature to Cosnet, its representative or other delegates, or likely to undermine the proper functioning of Cosnet is strictly prohibited. The delegate who is guilty of this act illustrated above is liable to a warning for the first offense. On the second offense, the guilty delegate will be suspended for 3 days. Can you scroll down a little bit, please? From the Cosnet forum. Please scroll down. Scroll down with the amendment, please. Elvis.
Think they're tired. Hello.
Are you guys in bed?
They're exhausted.
Elvis?
Ashir.
Thank you. Finally. No, too much. You went too much. I just want to see. Yep, that's nope, just slightly. Yep, that's good. That's good. The third and last offense of the same delegate will lead to a suspension followed by the decision of the advisory board for his or her reinstatement or definitive exclusion. So basically, to summarize this amendment, the first part is if a delegate has a personal case that needs to be addressed by the executive bureau, that means a case that concerns one of his delegate or his association, that should be addressed directly to the executive bureau, not on the forum. If the executive bureau doesn't respond within 7 days, then the delegate will contact the advisory board to solve the matter. Same thing, if there is any message offensive to to Cosnet or to any other delegate, then there will be a problem. The member will be sanctioned. So that's pretty much the summary. I don't know if anyone has a better explanation or to voice something else.
I have some reaction here. Please give contact of the eBay and advisory board. They want to have their contact.
Hello?
Yes.
Yeah, of course, we provide the contact to the advisory board and the executive bureau upon. They have it anyway on the website, and the delegate has it. If they don't, they can still contact us.
Or you just contact a member of the bureau and you ask what you need and you give it. You contact that member inbox. I think we know who is member of the bureau in the forum.
No, I think that we should know that if you have a financial issue, you should address to this person. If we have an IT issue, we should address to this person. If you have another administrative issue, you should address to this person.
Okay, yeah, good. I see how you are going to put only a page on that on the website in each association website account. So you will go and see all the information over there.
Okay, good.
To launch this vote, right?
Yes, please. Unless there is anyone who wants to. Okay. Un peu plus d'une minute. 31 personnes seulement ont voté jusqu'ici. « 30 secondes. Okay. The vote has ended. 37 people have voted, of which 34 said yes to the amendment. That is 92%. And 3 said no, that is 8%. The amendment is hereby adopted. So that was amendment number 5. We have amendment number 6. Advertisement of Cosnet in wakekeeping to formally receive the full check during wakekeeping. Cosnet reserves the right to advertise in wakekeeping. Beneficiaries shall allow for publicity of Cosnet during event for full payout, or will be charged 10% of the full payout. This is aimed at encouraging families to promote the activities of Cosnet at their event. So basically, il y a parfois des familles qui ne veulent pas que Cosnet parle là-bas, ils prennent de l'argent plutôt en catimini. Et nous, on pense que il est important que, puisque nous voulons que les gens sachent que nous sommes là, quand il y a un deuil, déjà qu'on a même déjà voté, qu'il y a un budget pour que les délégués participent au deuil en personne, pour remettre le chèque en public. Mais si une association refuse, dans ce cas, on ne lui donne pas le montant entier.
On peut amener des explications avant le...
OK.
Tu permets, Wilfried?
Oui, vas-y.
OK. Donc, c'est un amendement que, au niveau du bureau, j'avais proposé parce que nous avons rencontré nous avons été confrontés par rapport à 2 cas de deuil. Nous avons eu un cas de deuil ici dans le Maryland où nous avons fait le chèque pour payer la morgue. Et le reste d'argent, on devrait remettre à la veille. Le gars était d'accord qu'on devait venir à la veille parce qu'il ne faut pas oublier une chose, c'est que les veillées, ce sont les occasions et les opportunités que nous profitons pour nous vendre for free. Ça nous coûte moins cher pour vendre notre organisation là-bas. Donc, tout ce que ça nous coûte, c'est peut-être le transport pour payer à ceux qui peuvent aller là-bas vendre Cosnet. Le gars était donc d'accord et un ou 2 jours avant le jour de la veillée, il a appelé, il dit que vraiment, il est en difficulté. Est-ce que le reste d'argent, on pouvait le donner, ça devait l'aider et qu'on va seulement venir à la veillée faire la remise officielle. Bon, comme l'esprit de Cosnet, c'est aider et que l'argent, c'est pour aider pour le deuil, on a remis le chèque au gars. Et maintenant, le soir, quand on s'apprêtait, le DG avait conduit de Augustin jusqu'au Silver-Spring. Moi-même, on s'était déjà déplacé, on était déjà presque au lieu du deuil. Le gars dit que non, on ne peut pas permettre à Cosnet de venir parler là-bas. Donc, à partir de là, maintenant, nous, on s'est dit que bon, il faudrait que nous réfléchissions et que nous fassions un amendement pour tenir compte de ce genre de personnes. Et le gars voulait ça pourquoi? Parce que il ne voulait pas que sa famille sache qu'il avait inscrit sa maman et qu'on lui avait donné de l'argent. Et nous avons eu un autre cas aussi au Cameroun d'un monsieur qui était ici. Il n'avait pas de famille. Et quand il est décédé, son association voulait qu'on fasse le chèque au nom de l'association. Nous, on a dit non, on ne peut pas faire le chèque au nom de l'association. On préfère faire le chèque au nom d'un membre de la famille. Et là, ça a été difficile. Pour finir, nous, on a dit à l'association qu'au cas où vous ne voulez pas, donnez-nous la permission de contacter la veuve au Cameroun. Et ils ont discuté, ça a pris le temps que ça a pris. Finalement, ils nous ont autorisé de contacter la veuve. On a contacté la veuve et on a fait le virement dans le compte de la veuve. Et nous avons demandé à la veuve de faire une vidéo pour témoigner. Elle a refusé. Donc, ça, c'est le deuxième cas. Et le troisième cas, il y a eu un troisième cas d'un deuil qui s'est passé au Kansas, où la famille était toujours au Cameroun. Le délégué a promis, a parlé avec la famille a dit qu'il devait faire le chèque. Dès qu'on a fait le virement dans leur compte, ils n'ont pas fait. Donc, c'est pour ces raisons maintenant que nous avons pensé qu'il faut qu'on sorte cet amendement pour inciter toutes les familles acceptées à Cosnet de venir faire la publicité de Cosnet là-bas. Au cas où ils refusent, on prélève une partie d'argent que nous pouvons implémenter ça pour faire la publicité ailleurs. Même à CNN, dans une chaîne de télévision, ça fait n'importe où. Donc, voilà un peu l'esprit qui est dans cet amendement.
Bon, est-ce qu'on a pensé à la possibilité qu'il peut ne pas avoir de veillée?
Et aussi, il y a un autre point que j'ai oublié. Parce que n'oublions pas que pour des besoins de transparence, Cosnet a besoin d'aller au deuil pour que les membres qui sont à Cosnet sachent et voient où leur argent part. Parce que l'essentiel n'est pas, parce que nous avons rencontré ce problème-là à Sagi, où on cotisait seulement l'argent sans être sûr. Et parfois, les associations se plaignent qu'ils n'ont pas reçu tout leur argent. Donc, par mesure de transparence à Cosnet, nous voulons que chaque fois qu'il y a deuil, que tous ceux qui sont à Cosnet voient comment nous sommes en train d'opérationnel le deuil.
OK. Est-ce qu'il y a quelqu'un qui veut argumenter pour le contraire?
Non, je voulais seulement savoir si on a pensé à la possibilité des gens qui n'organisent pas de veillée.
Oui, je vais essayer de répondre à ça. Oui. Déjà, on veut faire voter ceci. Pourquoi? Parce qu'on voit que la meilleure promotion de Cosnet, c'est en parlant aux gens directement. Et les veillées sont vraiment des endroits bien spécifiques pour parler aux gens, pour dire que Cosnet est là, il aide les familles, pour faire notre publicité. Donc, l'advertisement. Donc, ça part toujours dans le même sens qu'on a dit qu'on part dans les associations, peut-être dans les conventions, et on fait la publicité Cosnet. Donc, c'est d'abord la première chose. Maintenant, pour les cas où les gens ne veulent pas faire la veillée, c'est pour ça qu'on dit que, OK, ça veut dire qu'on n'a pas moyen de promouvoir Cosnet auprès de cette personne ou bien de la famille de cette personne. C'est pour ça qu'on pense qu'on réduit ce montant pour pouvoir faire la publicité autrement. Et ceci, ça va encourager les gens aussi à faire la veillée pour qu'on vienne, on continue à parler de Cosnet. Et quand les gens vous voient, ils ont plus confiance.
OK. S'il n'y a pas de veillée, au moins on peut quand même parler à la famille, non?
Actuellement, par exemple, vous avez vu, we have COVID-19. We have sometimes you see Bertrand going to the family member and meet the family member and give the check. There is no keeping, but you can see that Bertrand is there, hand out the check, and it's taking picture. We send that to the forum or video. Our goal is that to avoid people that have another intention to use Cosnet, because we were so disappointed that somebody asked the check. When we hand out the check, he said, no, you don't need to come anymore. That is frustrating. And those kind of people we don't want in Cosnet, or those kind of association. All right.
OK. Maintenant, est-ce qu'il y a quelqu'un?
Il y a trois personnes qui ont levé la main, mais je n'arrive pas à les localiser là.
On veut juste quelqu'un qui peut nous donner, qui peut arguer pour le contraire. Je crois qu'on a eu assez d'arguments pour ceux qui sont d'accord. Il y a Marie-Jeanne. Marie-Jeanne n'a pas parlé depuis. On va lui donner la parole. Marie-Jeanne, tu peux parler.
Bonsoir à tous. Je suis ici avec l'un de mes membres et je crois que je vais lui laisser s'exprimer.
OK.
OK. La discussion par rapport à la veillée où Cosnet doit se vendre. En fait, juste une petite difficulté parce que nous sommes tous Camerounais, nous connaissons ce qui se passe dans les lieux de dingue. Nous sommes peut-être en famille, il y a certains qui jouent 5. On se dit, bon, voilà, pour la participation des chacun, c'est $5. Mais maintenant, quand tout le monde sait maintenant que toi, tu as eu un autre agent qui est venu là-bas, on joue 5 sur toi. Donc, c'est pourquoi peut-être que certains membres voudraient peut-être que ça ne soit pas peut-être que sûr, que le chèque soit remis en cachet, parce qu'à un moment, je me dis, bon, ça peut être aussi son droit. Il s'est assuré et il a le droit peut-être que d'une part de vouloir gérer son argent comme il pense. Donc, voilà un peu ce que je voudrais dire par rapport à ça et penser aussi à cela parce que nous sommes africains, nous sortons d'un pays où nous connaissons comment ça fonctionne, les mentalités dans les deuils, quoi.
Mm-hmm.
Donc, merci.
OK.
OK. Il y a Marco.
Can I answer the person who just spoke, please? Oh, sorry.
Okay, little quick, please.
Okay. Yes, I just wanted to indicate that we don't have anything against anybody trying to take the check in private. But the person should also be ready to go along with the sacrifice that it goes with it. If you want to take it in public with us doing the publicity.
Volume, please.
If you want to take it in public with us doing the publicity and also being transparent, then you don't have any other thing to lose. But if you have to take it in private, at least everything goes with the price. We should not only be the ones losing, like Cosnet. If you want to get it, you should also lose something. Sacrifice for Cosnet to do their advertisement and be transparent. If you don't want to make that sacrifice, you go with the 10%. There's a choice. It's not as if we are obliging people to take it in public. Thank you.
Okay. Marco de Pomi.
Je crois que tout a été dit. Il faut qu'on vote.
Okay. Please put out the ballot.
Merci, Pasteur. Pasteur a fini le tableau.
So vote, please, 3 minutes. Un peu plus d'1 minute qui reste. Quarante secondes. Vingt-cinq secondes. All right, thank you so much. 42 people have voted, 79 said yes, that is 33, and 9 people said no, that is 21. The amendment is adopted. Now, let's continue. That was, which amendment was that, please?
Was the 7. No, it was the 6.
So we scroll up a little bit, please. Okay, go to 6. Go to amendment 6. Okay, we just voted on 6. So go down to 7. Okay, in order to put less burden in a very short period of members, Cosnet Executive Bureau reserves the right to delay the publication of any death occurred after multiple deaths in less than 30 days. Objective is to allow a smooth management of collections during peak times. OK, le bureau veut juste avoir la possibilité ici de retarder certains deuils s'il y en a par exemple 5 ou 10 qui tombent au même moment, qui retardent peut-être pour qu'on cotise petit à petit pour ne pas trop envahir les associations. Est-ce qu'il y a quelqu'un qui veut... Une seule personne va argumenter pour le oui s'il y en a pour le non et on va passer au vote. C'est lui qui argumente pour le oui. Est-ce qu'il y a un candidat? Going once?
Alors, oui,
yes.
Je peux expliquer, Elvis.
OK.
C'est compris.
Oui, on a proposé cet amendement parce que on a constaté, surtout avec ces périodes de COVID, où on a assez de deuil, avoir les associations pour cotiser, ce n'est pas évident et tout le monde est conscient de ça. Moi-même, dans mon association, ce n'est pas évident. Et les dernières cotisations, on a remarqué que il y a des associations qui étaient prêtes à quitter, quitter parce qu'ils se disaient que non, c'est déjà un peu lourd. Et on avait encore 2 deuils en main. Si on annonçait pendant cette période, peut-être ils allaient profiter une fois, dire qu'une fois on ne paye pas ceci. Et en plus de ça, le prochain, on n'allait pas les compter. Donc, ça allait faire un manquant sur les 15 000 qu'on a déjà proposé aux familles. Donc, ça, c'est pour nous permettre de, par rapport à la situation, on sait comment on va annoncer les deuils. On travaille avec les associations concernées, on leur dit. Et on leur dit que le moment venu, on va annoncer ce deuil parce que ce serait propice. Et jusqu'à présent, on a essayé de le faire individuellement avec les associations, mais on souhaite que ça soit maintenant dans le bailo pour que s'il y a une association qui insiste, donc il refait au bailo.
Il y a question from Arco. How is that? Okay. How will that work if someone needs to pay for funeral home? And Alan Nonga said, with the agreement of the families. And Shinda Fuangene, we pay for the funeral home, but keep the balance for the wake. Anyone wants to answer those questions?
Yes, this is Ashil. I think that Collins already stated. We work with the family member to make sure that we tell them ahead that we have some debt before them to work on it. And we sent that memo recently. If you look at, there was a lot of argument regarding that, and we worked behind the scene. It was hard for us to justify it, but in fact, that's how we proceed right now. We have some debt in our hand, and we know that if we just push that at one time to everyone, it's gonna be a burden for everybody. For the management to work, for you guys to collect the money. And we know basically in average, since before the pandemic, in average, within max 3 weeks, we were able to handle everything in average. But right now, with the pandemic, it will take us longer because we want to make sure that when we put the contribution out there, everyone contribute on time. Make sure that the amount of money we have is high before we move to the next one. If not, it's gonna be a mismanagement for
okay.
our part.
Alan Nonga says, why the amendment does not include in coordination with the affected families and or associations? Can we reward?
Yes. Let me please. Yeah, we can include that in the amendment, but there's something in relation to the question of the paying for the funeral home. I think we've already encountered some cases where we had to write to the family home to get an engagement with them that we are going to pay. So it already helped the family to be able to get the death certificate to follow up with verification. So we work together with the family, and we also contact the funeral homes. So it's something that we work on it. Thank you.
So can we then include in the wording that this is in coordination with the families and associations or associations?
I have two reactions, even three. Someone said, comment dire à une famille d'attendre un mois avec un mort dans leurs mains? I think that question is answered by saying in coordination with the family.
Yes.
And another one said, I do not agree for the wait. And the third one said, this is something that the EB has been doing already. So let's just vote and add in coordination with family.
OK. Bon, et Thierry Chengue, et si une famille n'accepte pas, bon, ce que la famille n'a pas accepté, ça veut dire, c'est pour ça qu'on va ajouter in coordination with the family. Ça veut dire que la famille ne veut pas.
So we're gonna add the final verbiage. Let's vote and we're gonna add it later.
In coordination with the family, and that's it.
Yes, please add in coordination with family, and let's vote. Okay. All right, the vote is up.
We see here that we have like 56 people, but we've been having less people voting. If you are online, you should vote no or yes.
No, there are people with double account because for me, for example, I have double account, one for as a co-host and another one where I can vote.
Me too.
Yeah, so it won't be exactly the same number. I think the next is the last amendment, right?
Yes.
We have a minute and 20 seconds remaining. Jacob Yenguya raised his hand. Jacob, hold on 1 second. We cannot talk when people are voting. In the next amendment, you will be given the opportunity to talk, please. 15 seconds remaining. All right, thank you so much. So 43 people have voted. 37 said yes to the amendment, that is 86%. And 7 said no, that is 16%. The amendment is adopted. Last but not the least, this is a new amendment on the Article 2, Benefits, Section 2.2, Eligibility. Once a death is announced by the Executive Bureau on the forum, that becomes the date when all active members are considered and counted. Any deletion or removal of members or association afterward will not be taken into consideration until the full amount listed in the contribution document has been paid. Okay, this is just a, I think, some kind of formality, just to make sure that we set a point where we know who exactly is counted in this death and who is not counted, who is counted out. And they are suggesting that in order to know, because we know that the number of members increases every time. And when the way to know how much is going to be counted per member is from the time that the death has been announced on the forum. Any one person to give more explanation? And yeah, before anyone talks.
Wait, hello?
Yes, 1 second, please. So Alan Nonga is asking this question. What is the current situation? So how are we doing now? Why do we need to vote for this?
Answer that.
I think he has this before. It was not for this amendment.
No,
he just has it.
We don't have it on the bylaw or internal, so we just handle it like that. But we can't when we announce to the delegate on the forum, because we have three
volume.
Yeah, I say. Oh, sorry. Okay, I say we have three times where there is something that where we have three information. The first time when the person is deaf, so the family knows but the bureau don't know. And member, we still have active member adding to our table. So the next time is when they announce. And when they announce, we know, but the delegate, they don't know. So some delegate want to remove their members. And if they don't know, they can remove those members, it is fine. Because we have an argument with an association. He said, no, the person died this date, and then why are you counting my association and among those people? So we have to remove that association. That's why with this one, you have to set it straight that we count it when everyone knows, and we consider everyone that has a matricule at that time. And if you want to remove, we cannot take in consideration at that time.
Okay, thank you. That was actually right. Thank you. Thank you, Elvis. So Jacob Yang, we are asked to talk. Please, Jacob, unmute yourself and talk. You have the floor.
Yes, I'm sorry. Let it not be that I'm taking us back. I just want to reiterate that it's very necessary for us to advertise, especially during weight keeping, so that we can have more custom, more groups, more members. Because the more we have members, the less we pay. That's all I wanted to say. Please, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Jacob. All right, anyone wants to argue against this amendment? Please raise your hand or a chat if you want to argue against this amendment. Going once, going twice. All right, let's vote, please. Two minutes remaining. Please, let's vote. 40 people have voted so far. One minute remaining.
CNN can project.
Forty seconds remaining. $20 seconds remaining. 41 people have voted so far. $5 seconds remaining. Thank you. There is always one person who waits the last second before voting. Okay, 42 people have voted. 42 people said yes. 0 said no. Wow, for the first time.
First time.
Okay. So,
They want to go home.
all right. So the amendment is hereby adopted. That was all with our amendment, right? Thank you so much. We are getting close to the end. Suggestion of venue for 2021 General Assembly. En français, lieu du prochain, prochaine Assemblée Générale de 2021. Quelqu'un veut, je crois que le bureau veut dire quelque chose ici.
Allô?
Allô?
Wilfried?
Oui, allô?
Le
Oui,
volume
je
des
peux
yeux.
parler.
S'il te plaît,
Volume.
le volume.
Allô?
Oui, oui.
Vous m'entendez?
Un peu bien.
Et ça peut être mieux.
Bon, pour le prochain point qui est l'Assemblée générale 2021, étant donné que le COVID-19 n'a pas permis que ça se tienne à Houston, Texas, comme on l'avait prévu, nous avons reconduit l'Assemblée générale au même endroit et nous avions aussi des sponsors qui étaient là-bas. Nous voulons en même temps les honorer pour le support qu'ils nous ont donné pour préparer cette assemblée. Et on avait voulu ça grand, au point qu'il y avait même un budget qu'on voulait proposer pour ça, mais on n'en parlera pas aujourd'hui parce qu'il y a déjà trop de finances. Comme ça.
OK.
Bon, Bertrand voulait dire quelque chose par rapport à ça.
Alors,
OK, Bertrand.
je peux?
Oui, vas-y.
Ok, j'espère que tout le monde m'écoute. Ouais, sur le problème de l'Assemblée générale 2021, nous, au niveau du bureau, nous avons pensé que, compte tenu du fait que l'Assemblée générale peut se déplacer d'un État à un autre, parce que Cosnet est implanté presque partout dans les États-Unis, et ça dépend de nous, parce que nous venons de tenir notre Assemblée générale, et vous avez vu, toutes les résolutions ont été votées, qui fait preuve de transparence. Ça veut dire que si la majorité des délégués décident que notre prochaine Assemblée générale, ça sera en Oregon ou dans n'importe quel État, nous allons partir. Et par conséquent, donc, le bureau a pensé donc que nous pouvons transformer notre Assemblée générale en convention. C'est-à-dire que quoi? C'est-à-dire que compte tenu du fait que les gens voyagent, ils paient les billets d'avion, peut-être 300, 400 $, il va falloir que nous organisons des conventions pour permettre que ceux qui viennent à notre assemblée peuvent venir les vendredis Peut-être qu'il y a un match de football, un truc de divertissement. Les gens peuvent venir avec les enfants. On s'amuse un peu. Et les samedis, nous tenons notre assemblée générale peut-être de 15h à 19h. Et à partir de 22h à X heure, nous organisons une soirée de gala. Et le dimanche, peut-être un barbecue. Et après, les gens rentrent. Donc, voilà un peu ce que nous, on pensait. Parce que l'année passée, quand on organisait l'Assemblée générale de mars 2019, nous avons eu des frères qui ont voyagé, qui ont payé les billets d'avion pour venir. Et nous, on s'est dit, mais écoute, si quelqu'un paye déjà le billet d'avion pour venir, s'il vient seulement pour une assemblée le samedi, il tient cette assemblée et rentre. Il aurait pu profiter et faire d'une pierre deux coups, peut-être en venant avec sa famille, peut-être avec ses enfants, permettre de visiter un peu la ville, découvrir, se reposer, surtout comme nous travaillons beaucoup. Donc, nous voulons que nous proposons, nous sommes en train de projeter que prochainement, que nos assemblées générales se tiennent comme une convention pour permettre que beaucoup de gens puissent venir et que nous profitons de ce bout de temps parce que nous travaillons trop aux États-Unis et parfois nous n'avons pas l'opportunité et faire aussi la publicité. Parce que si l'assemblée qui tenait à Houston, nous avons déjà les sponsors là. On a au moins 4-5 sponsors qui nous ont même, on a plus de 10 sponsors qui ont sponsorisé déjà pour la tenue de cette assemblée. Donc, nous pouvons profiter pour faire beaucoup de choses. Donc, c'est un peu ça l'esprit que le bureau a dans la tête. Mais maintenant, comme le bureau ne peut pas décider, et l'Assemblée générale étant l'instance suprême, nous proposons, et maintenant, il faut que l'Assemblée générale décide. Donc, si ça ne dépendait que du bureau, l'année prochaine, on organise une convention. On organise une convention maintenant. Comment allons-nous faire pour financer ça? Qu'est-ce que nous allons faire? Qu'est-ce que nous n'allons pas faire? Ça, c'est un débat. Donc, voilà un peu l'esquisse que je voudrais pour que nous comprenions exactement quel est l'esprit pourquoi nous voulons que, au lieu d'assemblée générale, que nous fassions plutôt des conventions. Donc, si vous avez d'autres questions par rapport à cet exposé, vous posez et moi,
voilà.
Dans le bureau, peut amener les arguments.
Si je peux ajouter quelque chose, nous voulons que lorsque il faut qu'est-ce qui doit encourager un délégué à prendre son argent et voyager, payer le billet d'avion et l'hôtel? Pourquoi est-ce qu'un délégué devrait le faire? Donc, ça entre dans droite ligne avec ce que le frère a dit. Quelqu'un vient avec sa famille, prend ça comme un moyen de se divertir et de voir d'autres villes, de découvrir de nouvelles choses. Et maintenant, je suis sûr que parmi nous, dans nos associations, il y a des business, des gens qui se battent sur leur propre compte. C'est aussi un moyen de venir vendre ce que tu fais, de parler de ce que tu fais. C'est dans cette optique qu'on parle de sponsors. Et cette année, on en a trouvé quand même, malgré le fait que le temps était petit. Il n'y avait pas vraiment assez de temps pour se préparer. Mais le frère du Texas s'est battu. Il y a eu quelques personnes, quelques entreprises qui ont accepté, qui ont sponsorisé. Ça veut dire qu'ils ont payé quelque chose, ainsi de suite. Et j'aurais vraiment souhaité que, à partir de la prochaine Assemblée générale ou bien convention, que dans l'ordre du jour, il y ait l'élection de l'association qui va accueillir l'Assemblée générale, la convention qui suit. Ça veut dire que peut-être un mois avant ou 2 mois avant la convention, on accepte déjà les candidatures des associations. Que chaque association qui est candidate vienne présenter pourquoi est-ce qu'elle veut que la convention se tienne, qu'on lui donne la convention. Donc, et lorsque l'association réussit à prendre ça, les affaires de sponsoring et tout ça là, c'est l'association qui reçoit, qui gère ça. Ce n'est pas Cosnet, c'est l'association, parce que c'est l'association qui va dépenser. On peut peut-être décider que Cosnet donne à l'association une subvention pour que les délégués qui viennent n'aient pas à payer les places sur la table, n'aient pas à payer des places, par exemple, ainsi de suite. Est-ce qu'il y a quelqu'un qui veut dire quelque chose?
Oui, Elvis.
OK, vas-y.
Oui, pour ajouter à ce que tu as dit, Bertrand, moi, je vois cette convention plus dans le sens de faire valoir Cosnet, faire la publicité de Cosnet. Parce que si cela devient une tradition, ça veut dire que chaque année, des gens connaissent qu'à telle période, il y a une grande fête qu'il y a une organisation Cosnet qui organise quelque part. Un peu comme la convention Bamileke à laquelle le bureau était parti récemment. Si c'est plutôt de Cosnet qu'on parle comme ça aux États-Unis, je crois qu'on va grandir très rapidement. Et on peut s'arranger de telle sorte que même si on a des sponsors, avec ceux qu'ils organisent, on peut share de telle sorte que certains revenus viennent aussi à Cosnet pour réduire le budget qu'on est en train de faire voter aujourd'hui. Parce que si on a des entrées d'une façon ou d'une autre, on met ça sur la table, ça nous permet d'éliminer certains montants sur le budget. Donc, pour nous, premièrement, c'est de faire la publicité de Cosnet grandement. Donc, on lance une grande campagne. Et deuxièmement, s'il y a possibilité de faire des entrées, ça peut nous permettre de réduire notre budget de telle sorte que les membres n'ont pas à dépenser, ou bien on a encore des discussions telles qu'on a eues sur le budget today. Donc, pour moi, c'est que si ça peut devenir une tradition, ce serait une bonne chose.
Il y a Victor qui veut parler.
Victor, OK, une seconde.
Victor Galaxy.
Oui, OK, Victor. OK, Victor, go ahead.
Yeah, I have two things to say. The first thing is we need to work in such a way that Cosnet should not be only using either the convention or when someone dies to advertise itself. When we're voting the budget, I was looking at the aspect of outreach. The executive or associate members of the executive or any delegate would have been having a report of delegates or executive doing outreach in their areas, the Washington, D.C. area, the Minnesota area, to associations that don't have anything like this. So if we come back next year and the executive bureau tells us that we had an over expenditure of $3,000 because we did an outreach to 20 organizations and we recruited 10, that is a positive thing. It is okay to advertise when someone dies. It's okay to come into an association that when they have their convention or when they have a big meeting and you present yourself, and some people may be knowing it for the first time. That's my first suggestion that the executive should be working on. I know they've been doing it in
Hello?
I think it was done at the beginning. Maybe it was,
I've been talking to members of the executive that Cosnet, even though we are, the second point is on how Cosnet can sustain itself and have a progressive increasing face value of the 15,000.
Okay. I think he's having some issues. Okay, I think we got the main idea of what he wanted to say, right?
Yeah.
So
the bureau wanted just to say they've noted that point.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. So can we just decide that we let the executive bureau come up with a plan on this idea on how we can make our convention more attractive and also beneficial to our delegates, to the organization and associations?
Hello.
Yes, I think there's one person who said here that it's a great idea, but continue to work on it and come back with more detail at the next AD with more detail and a budget.
Hello?
Yes.
Yeah, can I say something?
Yes, please.
Yes, what we are doing here, we just giving the idea. As usual, the Bureau with the brainstorm of all the aspects, and we'll be back to everybody with a good suggestion with the budget. Thank you.
OK.
OK. Il y a Marco Dadge qui veut parler. Allô, Marco?
Oui, merci. Je crois que c'est la stratégie de marketing aussi lorsqu'on organise la convention. Et moi, je vois que Cosnet, c'est cette grande organisation qui peut avoir la convention et c'est une opportunité de se faire vendre. Par exemple, faire des débats télévisés, c'est-à-dire aller là-bas parler pour que ça soit vu partout. Et de la même façon, nous mettons un accent, même au niveau du pouvoir administratif, de se faire connaître. Parce qu'aujourd'hui, le peuple a besoin de prouver qu'ils peuvent mieux s'organiser. Vous vous rappelez, dans plusieurs États ou dans plusieurs villes, les responsables politiques viennent se pencher vers les communautés. Donc, c'est aussi une force que nous voudrons mettre devant au public. Et nous sommes effectivement une force. Donc, je vois que l'idée de la convention, c'est une bonne chose. Il faudrait juste voir comment maximiser. Et je ne vois pas ça en tant que dépense. Je vois ça comme une sémence. Donc, c'est mon point de vue.
OK. Merci. Merci beaucoup. Quelqu'un d'autre?
Oui, Wilfried, je voudrais ajouter que, comme il a dit, qu'une convention, Cosnet serait un investissement. Et pourquoi pas à la hauteur, par exemple, de la convention que vous avez faite à Atlanta, où on peut aussi maintenant donner la possibilité à d'autres de venir vendre leurs produits. Et ceux-là qui viennent vendre leurs produits vont encore nous ouvrir beaucoup plus de gens qui vont arriver et découvrir l'organisation. On peut arriver à un niveau où, si on est plus réfléchi, on peut arriver à un niveau où Cosnet va se payer, c'est-à-dire que où nous tous, ça va devenir comme une coopérative où ce que nous allons produire à Cosnet va payer les corps. Pourquoi pas? Il faut pas, on peut rêver. Et si on commence à réfléchir dans ce sens-là, on peut y arriver.
Exactement. Je crois que moi, je propose sincèrement que nous donnions notre quitus au bureau de nous montrer comment, de nous organiser la convention l'année prochaine, déjà pour qu'on voie peut-être l'idée, parce que parfois, que le bureau nous fasse une proposition de comment faire l'assemblée, que la prochaine assemblée générale soit une convention, que le bureau nous donne des détails dans les mois qui suivent. Et puis, ce sera un bon moyen de voir exactement ce que nous sommes en train ce dont pourquoi nous sommes en train de parler. Ça, c'est ma proposition. Qu'on donne les mains libres au bureau à ce niveau.
Allô?
Oui, allô?
Je crois que j'ai déjà répondu à cette question, que nous allons nous pencher et nous reviendrons à vous.
OK.
Comme d'habitude.
D'accord. Merci beaucoup.
Allô?
Non, on n'a pas fini.
Pardon.
On n'a pas fini. Il y a Hervé là, quelqu'un qui a posé les questions qu'on a renvoyées à la fin.
Hervé. Et quelle était la question? Désolé.
La question sur partager les données des membres.
Oh, OK.
Il y a deux questions qui ont posé la question.
Voilà. Et on avait déjà agree qu'on va...
On va en discuter.
On va en discuter. Voilà. Est-ce que Hervé, je crois qu'il a déjà pris la parole, il a expliqué. Est-ce qu'il y a quelqu'un qui voudrait argumenter contre cette idée?
Moi, je voudrais argumenter par rapport à ça.
OK.
Oui, déjà, comme on a dit tout à l'heure, c'est que les amendements, ça ne devrait pas être un amendement parce que les amendements doivent être donné avant, donner la possibilité à tout le monde de prendre connaissance de l'amendement. Et deuxièmement, je me demande à quoi ça servirait vraiment que la liste de tous les membres soit partagée. Je pense que nous sommes dans un pays où on parle de privacy. Et être assuré quelque part, c'est aussi un privacy. Je peux avoir mis le nom de ma maman ici pour qui je cotise et je ne veux pas que ça se sorte que je cotise pour elle. Et beaucoup d'autres peuvent être dans cette situation. Pourquoi est-ce que nous devons donc ouvrir cela au monde? Est-ce que quand on est membre d'une compagnie d'assurance, la compagnie d'assurance sort la liste pour donner à chacun de prendre? Moi, j'estime que c'est aller trop loin. S'il y a peut-être nécessité de créer un comité d'audit, si on doute de la foi, peut-être que c'est le cas, mais pas demander qu'on mette à la disposition des gens que l'on ne connaît pas. Ce n'est pas parce qu'on est à Cosnet qu'on se connaît. Et mettre à la disposition toutes les données des gens, je pense que c'est pas bien. Ça, c'est ma façon de voir les choses. Merci.
OK. Est-ce que quelqu'un d'autre voudrait dire quelque chose?
Allô?
Oui.
De toutes les façons, nous, au bureau, on n'est pas pour ce partage-là. Parce que quand nous, on a écouté parfaitement Hervé, il a un souci de transparence que nous avons déjà suffisamment. Bon, s'il veut seulement se rassurer que quand un membre meurt, on l'a enlevé du forum ou que son immatriculation a été dilée, on le fait. Et on peut le lui prouver. Donc, et l'une des choses que nous faisons, enfin tout le monde connaît, on publie déjà les actes de décès, on donne l'occasion de contacter la famille. Et on a parlé même tout à l'heure des remises de chèques qui sont officielles. Je ne vois pas pourquoi les gens doivent entrer dans les informations des autres associations. Donc, nous
Okay.
au bureau, de toutes les façons, nous ne sommes pas favorables à ouvrir les informations des gens comme ça.
OK. J'ai une suggestion dans ce sens. Est-ce que nous pouvons, quand il y a deuil, s'il y a deuil, par exemple, on sait que le bureau, quand il y a deuil dans un État ou bien dans une ville, s'il y a un membre du bureau là-bas, le membre du bureau est prioritaire pour aller là-bas avec, il faut 2 personnes, généralement, ou 1 personne, 2 personnes maximum. Maintenant, quand il y a deuil, est-ce qu'on peut poster dans le forum, disons par exemple qu'il y a deuil à Ohio, ou bien dans une association ici à Ohio, et on poste dans le forum pour demander s'il y a 2 délégués qui sont disponibles, qui sont proches du lieu du deuil, qui veulent aller là-bas. Et là, ça donne la possibilité que n'importe quel délégué qui est disposé à aller là-bas, qui est plus proche, on les prend et c'est eux qui partent remettre le chèque au nom de Cosnet. Je ne sais pas ce que vous en pensez.
Oui, mais aller à quels frais? À ses propres frais ou bien aux frais de Cosnet?
Aux frais de Cosnet, puisqu'on va ajouter 50 cents sur le deuil, sur
Non,
les 15
oui,
000
mais
pour
les
couvrir ces
50
frais-là.
cents là ne considéraient pas ceci que tu as
Est-ce que je
ajouté.
peux dire quelque chose?
Oui, Théo.
Oui, je pense honnêtement que cette demande, elle a été débattue sur le forum et même quand je regarde le truc ici, il y a plusieurs personnes contre. Cosnet est la seule association de ce genre, pour moi, qui affiche une transparence hors norme, au point même de pouvoir violer la loi parce qu'ils veulent être transparents. Cette demande est tout simplement une curiosité indécente. Pour moi, ça n'a rien à voir avec la transparence, soyons honnêtes. C'est tout ce que je voulais dire.
OK. Il y a Alain Mouji qui veut parler. One second, please.
Non, si je peux ajouter quelque chose, peut-être on peut tout simplement, comme quelqu'un a suggéré plus tôt, lorsque quelqu'un meurt, qu'on ajoute peut-être sur les annonces la date à laquelle la personne était enregistrée à Cosnet. Ce sera suffisant.
Okay. Alain, please.
Merci une fois de plus de me donner l'opportunité. Je crois que, comme disaient tous les deux autres intervenants, c'est un problème qu'on a débattu dans nos forums. Et vrai, il y a un problème de privacy là-bas. Je ne sais pas comment quelqu'un qui ne me connaît pas, je ne l'ai jamais rencontré, mais qui va avoir des informations de mon association, donc que je représente, des membres de mon association. Ces membres aussi aimeraient vraiment rester, en fait, dans l'anonymat, garder leur privacy, ne pas être connus. La même chose que nous avons, s'ils ne sont pas délégués, bien sûr, et si nous remettre l'argent. Donc, je ne vois vraiment pas, je ne comprends pas pourquoi, et je ne vois vraiment pas pourquoi mon association, les membres de mon association seraient connus d'autres associations. En tout cas, ayant discuté avec eux, ils ont refusé. Ils ne veulent pas du tout que cela arrive, que d'autres n'ont pas dans d'autres associations, ils ne sont pas pour cela. Donc, voilà, je voulais dire, juste pour renforcer ce que le DG a dit, et la dame a dit, et les autres intervenants. Merci.
Et il y a autre chose qu'il faut qu'on fasse vraiment très attention. Nous sommes des Camerounais. On connaît nos traditions. Quelqu'un peut savoir qu'il y a son nom à Cosnet. Peut-être son fils a mis son nom là-bas juste au cas où quelque chose arrive pour prévenir des cas graves. Parce que ce n'est pas tout le monde qui se sent à l'aise pour aller dire que, oh papa, bon, j'ai ajouté ton nom quelque part au cas où si tu meurs, qu'on me donne quelque chose. Je ne vois pas que c'est tout le monde qui peut avoir cette conversation avec son père ou sa tante ou qui. On va te dire que mon ami, tu es allé entrer dans quoi comme ça là? On peut même te répudier de la famille. Que voilà quelqu'un qui allait, il allait nous tuer pour prendre l'argent sur notre tête.
Exactement.
Pardon,
Exactement.
n'allons pas là à ce niveau, c'est dangereux.
C'est très dangereux, vraiment.
C'est très, très dangereux. On risque même de tuer certaines personnes.
Ouais, on va même te prendre que tu es entré dans le Nyongo, non? Tu veux vendre ton père. Non, ça c'est vrai. Tu veux vendre ton père pour avoir l'argent de...
Pour avoir l'argent, pardon. C'est très, très dangereux. OK. Il y a Alain Nonga. Alain Nonga qui veut dire quelque chose.
Il vient de parler?
Non, c'est Alain Mouji qui parlait.
Ah,
okay. Il y a deux Alain.
Alain, vas-y.
Oui, what I wanted to say is that in terms of transparency, I think we have enough transparency. What we need is additional data to be able to take rational decision, because people are basing the proposal based on feeling. Oh, maybe there's a lot of debt. But if you look at the statistic, the average monthly contribution is around $8, okay? And $6 per death, but average monthly contribution is around $8. So I'm proposing that we publish more statistics. It can be yearly. So basically, at the end of the year, can you publish statistics on what percentage of people, of deceased people, were part of the organization for less than 3 months, what percentage for 6 months, what percentage for 9 months, and what percentage above 1 year? Because then people will have enough information to, and they stop just speculating. Okay? And also, if you can give the same breakdown in terms of age, because we know the age after the person have deceased.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That was my proposal. Give more data so that we take a rational decision.
Hello? Okay, one second, please. 1 second, Eve. There is a question that I have in terms to follow up on what Alain Nonga just said. By per our bylaw right now, the Executive Bureau should give report, which means including data, to the advisory board once every 3 months. Is that how it works right now? Has that been working? This is a question to the advisory board or the executive bureau, if they are getting the report every 3 months on how things are working from the executive bureau. And the reason here is our advisory board is the eyes of association because they are not elected, and any association can be in the advisory board. And they oversee the executive bureau to make sure that they follow the rules, they follow our regulations.
Hello?
Yes, hello?
Yeah, so I think as we move, we're going to implement it more now that we are getting bigger. But we do work together with the advisory board, maybe now, not in that base of 3 months every time because we are dispatched. But moving forward, we're going to schedule and improve what we've been doing so far. You heard the word from the advisory board. They are here. We work with them.
Okay.
I have something to say to.
Yes, please.
Okay. What I can see is that the organization is growing, and now there are more demands. And all those demands sometimes need people that are able to respond to those demands. We are talking about statistics, we are talking about report every 3 months. So we need to start thinking about maybe how a permanent member that is paid or that is receiving stipend, and that member should be able to give us all what we are asking for. That's big, yeah, because it's just come to my mind that we may have so many things that we want, but do we have some requirement to be member of the executive bureau? And looking at the requirement, are we sure that those people who are there are able to give us all those statistics? So the organization is growing, and we really need to think about that.
Okay. Thank you. Hervé, please, you have the floor.
J'ai assez compris vraiment la préoccupation des uns et des autres. En réalité, en tant que délégué déjà, je ne suis même pas assez favorable. Quand on m'a même désigné pour être délégué, représentant Cosnet partant de mon association, je ne savais pas vraiment à quoi est-ce que Cosnet fonctionnait. Je crois que ça a lié à une certaine crédibilité qu'on a voulu que je sois un peu les yeux de l'association ici. Et on m'a dit, j'ai appris aujourd'hui que certains membres sont partis, peut-être parce que la raison donne que les choses étaient lourdes, commençaient peut-être à être lourdes pour eux.